What's happening, everybody? It's me, Allie Burns from Picks Parlays, here with Scott Reichel to do the NFL primetime prop drop for this Thursday night football. We got the Titans at the Packers. Scott Reichel, how you feeling about today?
I feel okay. Unfortunately, yesterday, as I was talking about with you before we actually went on air, I thought I went 2-2 because Clay had 12 points with a minute to go and they were down 20. And then I checked back about half an hour later and it says Clay has 19 points. And I'm like, how did that happen? They were down 20 and he scored 7 meaningless points in the final minute and 2 seconds to go over. So I ended up going 1-3. That really annoyed me, but it happens, I guess. Looney got there. If he ended up backing the 20-1 trend to the under 8.5 rebounds with him against the Suns, that did get there. So at least we won the super trend, but unfortunately, I don't know how Clay went over. That was just extremely annoying.
It was my last Woody Standing pick for the contest we do on the Morning Wood show that starts every Monday for $100. The last Woody Standing contest. Check out Morning Wood. That was my play because I loved it. I thought it was a great angle that you had, and
he was terrible the entire game.
And then until 1 minute until the end of the game.
They were down 20. They just kept him in the game, and he's like, "All right, I guess I got to shoot now." It's like, no, you don't. You've been missing every shot the entire game. But all right.
Yeah, glad you got all warmed up. Glad you spent 59 minutes getting warmed up, Clay. Scott Reichel, you give out tons of free picks every week. Tell the people what you're all about before we get started here.
So you can find some of the free picks over Winners and Winers YouTube page. End up doing a free pick show every night. So I actually have a play on a player prop in this game, which I might or might not get to later on in this video. Besides that, still doing a bunch of podcasts over on my that I link on my Twitter, so you can find those there. Doing this show with you, of course, 4 times a week. And I'm going to be on Morning Wood tomorrow, which should be fun.
Yes, indeed. Lots of fun on Morning Wood. If you guys are watching today, the buzzer beater contest starts on the Morning Wood show. So definitely check that out. A great way to never miss one of our free contests or free picks is to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. That way, your phone's going to go every time we go live and you'll never miss any free picks. Also, don't forget about my official sponsor, FanDuel Sportsbook. They've got a no sweat first bet up to $1,000 for all new accounts. And if you're in the state of Ohio, they'll drop $100 into your account just for getting signed up early. So check out the description of this video and click on that link. Okay, so prime time prop drop, the Thursday night game. We're talking the Titans at the Packers. Pack minus 3.5 coming off that big win against Dallas. The total on this is 43.5, but we don't care about this because we got props to attend to. Start us off, Scott. Let's go first quarter Titans.
Yep, I'm going to go with the Titans first quarter +1 at minus 135. Even though Green Bay did end up winning against the Cowboys, they were actually tied 0-0 after one quarter, and they still trailed by 14 points throughout the game before coming from behind. But Tennessee's been a very good first quarter team, and Green Bay's been awful in the first quarter, especially at home. The Titans are averaging 5.6 points per road game in the first quarter, which is the third most in the league. Green Bay at home this season, 0.8. Less than 1 point per home game in the first quarter, which is tied for last in the league. And Tennessee's allowing just 1.8 points per game in the first quarter, which ranks second in the league. So Tennessee's been good in the first quarter, both offensively and defensively. Once again, Green Bay's averaging less than 1 point per game in the first quarter at home. If they don't score, Tennessee wins. So I'll take Tennessee +1.
There, I like that. I even kind of like it on the money line. I like this Tennessee squad. They keep games close. I like them as the side in this game also, just to throw that out there. Okay, talk to me about Aaron Rodgers.
So I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers' longest completion, over 36.5. He's gone over this number in each of the last 3 games. Tennessee also really bad against the pass. The Titans are allowing 272.6 passing yards per game, which is the second most in the league. We saw how good Watson could be and how he can be a big play guy anytime he has the ball in his hands. We know Lazard is already that guy. Tennessee is already missing a bunch of guys, both in the secondary and even in the actual defensive line. So I do think you'll end up seeing Rodgers be able to exploit this defense. All it takes is one, but Lazard and Watson have the ability to go for big plays at any time. I think this number's too short. I'm going to take the over.
Okay, so speaking of Allen Lazard, we got him for receiving yards. Talk to me.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with him over 47.5. I know everybody loves Watson after one game, but Lazard is the main weapon of this team. For reference, he played 98% of the snaps last week. So he's on the field basically every play, and he's definitely Rodgers' favorite target. Once again, Tennessee allowing the second most passing yards per game in the league, and he has had at least 55 receiving yards in 3 of the last 4 games. I know he was a bit quiet. Last week he had the big overtime catch. He had Diggs on him. Diggs is one of the better cornerbacks in the league. Tennessee has really no corners they're scared of. I think Rodgers will go to Lazard a lot, and I'm wondering if Tennessee might overreact to last week and maybe keep a closer eye on Watson than they should, and they should be focusing more on Lazard. So I like Lazard over 47.5.
That's a good angle. I like that angle. All right, field goal props. These tend to be our money makers here. What do we got on Mason Crosby?
So I'm going to go with Mason Crosby under 1.5 field goals at -110. Going through the recent numbers, he really has not been good, and he has not been used that often. Mason Crosby has made less than 2 field goals in each of the last 5 games. He had 1 last week in overtime, so he had 0 in regulation. But Tennessee is only allowing 1.6 field goal attempts per game, which is tied for 8th. And there's also going to be a lot of wind in this game, 15 mile per hours, and it's going to be cold in Green Bay. I'm not saying that Crosby's not used to the weather, but with the wind, you never know if you can actually trust the kickers or not. He also hasn't been that accurate this season anyway. I just think 1.5 is a little bit too large. I'm going to go with the under on Mason Crosby.
All right, that's how we're going to play it. If you guys are looking for me, you can find me at Plus Money Honey on Twitter. If you're looking for Scott Reichel and more of his free plays, find him at Reichel Radio. This has been your NFL Thursday night primetime prop drop. Good luck, everybody.